Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel. So 10-part series, The Week That Was, college football history review, the 1985 college football season. We're going to start with November 16th, 1985, week 12. We're going to start with number 1, Penn State. Number 1, Penn State beating Notre Dame 36-6. Avenging 44-7 loss. In 1984, Penn State finally looked like 1984's number 1 team with an easy win. Building 23-0 halftime lead that grew to 36-0 after 3 quarters. The Nittany Lions were led by quarterback John Schaefer, who was at Cincinnati's Moeller High School when coach Jerry Fox left for Notre Dame. Schaefer backup quarterback Matt Kisner led scoring drives of 8 of Lions' first 9 possessions, with 5 ending on field goals by kicker Massimo Manca. Tailback Hiawatha Francisco 2-yard touchdown in fourth quarter run broke shutout for Irish squad that bumbled away 5 turnovers. Penn State defense held tailback Alan Pinkett to 61 yards rushing, 127 yards less than he racked up in 1984 pursuit. Notre Dame's worst defeat since 1974, Faust now had suffered more defeats than any Irish coach. Maryland beat Clemson 34-31. Next, Auburn, number 14 team in the country, beat number 12 Georgia for 24-10. As Auburn tailback Bo Jackson added to highlight reel with 67-yard scoring burst, breaking 2 tackles en route in second quarter. 6-yard insurance touchdown run in fourth quarter on play in which he ran over Bulldog safety Miles Smith. Jackson unleashed his speed and power on Georgia's SEC best running defense, only allowing 85.5 yards per game. As far as rushing defense is concerned, Bulldogs had 7-3 lead on a 4-yard run by quarterback James Jackson, but could not contain Bo Jackson. Fell behind in time. It took him to a race of 67 yards. Tigers went up 17-7 at halftime as wide receiver Freddie Wager went 8 yards on a reverse, leaping into end zone for score. Tigers quarterback Pat Washington threw for 122 yards in support of offense that gained 336 yards with no turnovers. Defensive tackle Tracy Rocker led spirited defense with 15 tackles and 2 sacks. Iowa beat Purdue 27-24. Hawkeyes move into first place of Big Ten, needing a 64-yard drive late in the fourth quarter for winning 25-yard field goal by kicker Rob Altman. Boilermakers then drove to Iowa 20-yard line before time expired. On final play, the tailback Ronnie Carter was unable to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Time ran out before quarterback Jim Everett threw a pass away, which drew ire of coach Leon Burnett for lack of home field clock advantage. Iowa tailback Ronnie Harmon excelled both rushing and receiving, while fullback David Hudson ran for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. The passing duel between Everett and Iowa quarterback Chuck Long was virtual standoff. Wisconsin beat Ohio State by a score of 12-7. Wisconsin won in Columbus once Badger Graveyard, and it was Buckeyes' 4th loss in 5 games to Wisconsin. The last 5 games to Wisconsin, Badgers linebacker Mike Reed had big hand upset, recovering trio of Ohio State fumbles at the Bucks had lost only 2 in 9 prior games. Biggest fumble recovery came in third quarter with Badgers trailing 7-6 when Buckeyes quarterback Jim Casados lost ball on their own 22-yard line, fumbled Marvin Artley's 1-yard touchdown run was scored 4 plays later. Ohio State's next drive ended with 4th and 2, stopped by linebackers Russ Fields and Craig Radatz. Tailback Vince Workman on Badgers 111-yard line. The next Ohio State possession was halted when Reed recovered fumble by tailback Roman Bates. And Wisconsin 3-yard line, visitors had the 6-0 lead on 2 field goals by Todd Gregor before Ohio State wide receiver Chris Carter caught a 37-yard touchdown pass. Oklahoma beat Colorado 31-0. Injured Oklahoma quarterback Troy Aikman. Replacement quarterback Jamel Holloway do not seem to have much in common, except for one thing: both know how to beat you. Holloway rushed for 79 yards and touchdown runs of 2 yards and 20 yards to lead route. As Sooners gained 360 yards on the ground. The Sooners defense held Buffalo's to measly 109 yards total. Dominating wishbone offense interior to one faced in inferior to one faced in practice. Colorado could not crack midfield until midway through the fourth quarter, when they reached OU 46-yard line. So safety Rodney Rogers made 14 tackles for overworked Colorado defense. Texas A&M beat Arkansas 10-6 with Southwest lead and balanced. Team slugged it out in fog-shrouded Cal Field after 32-yard field goal in the first quarter by kicker Eric Franklin. Aggies went up 3-0, which went to 10-9, 18-yard third quarter touchdown pass from quarterback Kevin Murray to fullback Roger Vitt. Arkansas offense found responding Idris rushing for 141 yards, which was barely more than half his 278 yards average. Misuse calls Rodgers backs as quarterback Greg Thomas threw end zone interception to A&M safety Kip Corrington at end of first half, and halfback Bobby Joe Edmonds lost fumble to set up Aggies' deep touchdown. The Hawks scored to 8 in the fourth quarter. Quarterback Kevin Anderson's end zone recovered a punt block, but defensive end Ricky Williams failed on a 2-point attempt. Next, we have Brigham Young versus Air Force. That's the final game to get into. Brigham Young was ranked number 16 in the country. Air Force is ranked number 4 in the country. And the fourth-ranked Air Force lost to Brigham Young 28-21. Matchup of fourth-ranked Air Force BYU. Black Glamour team brought large attention to the conference. BYU quarterback Robbie Brasco came out rusty, completing 2 of 9 to start before straightening himself out. He was 12 of 15 for 198 yards in the second half. Brasco finished by allowing 4 interceptions, 2 in return for touchdowns as Falcons grabbed a 21-7 lead without much help from offense, which was held significantly below at 136 yards. It's accustomed high rushing level. Brasco overcame 7 sacks to throw 3 touchdowns with pair going to wide receiver Mark Bellini and another 69 yards to tailback Vai Sekahema for a game winner with 5:41 left. Sekahema earlier made 72-yard punt return for a touchdown to cut it to 21-14. Trailing late, Air Force drove to BYU 7-yard line before Cougar safety Rob Nandenko picked off quarterback Bart Weiss in the end zone to preserve win. So that concludes look at week number 12. The games that played on November 16th, 1985. Number 20 was Georgia. Let's look at the AP poll. November 19th, Georgia was 20. 19 Texas A&M. 18 Arkansas. Louisiana 17. 16 Tennessee. 15 Baylor. 14 Florida State. 13 Air Force. 12 Ohio State. 11 Brigham Young. 10 Auburn. 9 Florida. UCLA 8. Oklahoma State 7. 6 Michigan. Oklahoma 5. 4 Miami. Iowa 3. 2 Nebraska. Number 1 Penn State. So the clues look at the week that was college football review. 1985 college football season. The games are played on week 12, November 16th. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Do a video maybe on Sunday. I don't think I'm gonna do no video on Friday and Saturday. So I'll be back next time on Sunday. Till then, like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Till then, talk to you soon.